Okay, check this out. I have taped my webcam to my cap and we are streaming live from the top of my head. Now let's just see. Do we have video? Chat, please tell me if we've got video. It's telling me we've got video. At least I'm getting some hint of video. There's going to be a lot of bang of this camera into the microphone. And there's going to be a lot of cap edge showing on there. But I think... Hello chat, is everything working? Are you seeing through my eyes? Are you watching me looking at my laptop, which is awfully placed underneath the shelf? People are telling me it's okay. Alright. Let's give this a go. Let's see if we can have... since we're streaming at 1 megabit, we're going to be having so much bandwidth issues with this setup. And I have to really look down in order for you guys to see anything. But we'll give it a go. We will give this a fair chance. 5-person cam. The audio is really bad. What's wrong with my audio? Oh my god, hi, say hi to me. Hello. What's wrong with the audio? Sounded fine when I tested it. We shouldn't have any feedback. And we could possibly... Let's mute that. Perhaps that's better. Let's get everything properly set up. I'm going to be banging my head into this microphone so much. I think the audio is great, someone says. Okay. Anyway, let's just get this ball rolling. And I'm going to review this video after I'm done streaming this. Because when I did a bit of previewing, it really seemed as if 1 megabit is not enough to actually encode all this movement properly. We'll give it a go. Now the audio is good. Okay, sweet. I'm getting stream health yellow. That's probably because I'm moving my head around. At some stage we're probably going to relegate the first person camera to the little window. Since yeah, 1 megabit ADSL streaming. And well, this is a Rotel RX-830 receiver, little tiny thing. It's in really banged up shape, pretty cheap 80s thing. You know, it's got a tuner. It's got tiny little volume knob there. Everything's tiny about this. And it feels shitty. It's led a hard life. The power button's so worn down. Just look at that shine. And I'm just going to give it a bit of a basic checkup. It's mostly just to test out the streaming setup. Because I've got no idea. This is just a spur of the moment thing. I just want to do. The cam cap here. Let's give you guys a look at the magic. To those who wasn't shown up right at the start of the stream. Let's get rid of all this shit. Oh, there you go. That is my eyes. Isn't that great? A webcam taped to a cap. This is really weird. Well, we are weird around here. I know this is all out of alignment. The cam cap is a bit of an issue. Anyway. Oh, this thing is crusty. So crusty. Not the most expensive device. 4700 microfarad caps. Hey, the tuner mechanism works. That's a tiny little tuning capacitor there. So tiny. Fuses look okay. First glance. I'm gonna go outside and blow this thing out because it's full of dust and shit. It's been sitting around on the floor for like a month. So back in a second. Enjoy this view of the cam cap while I'm at it. And by the way, this is wired. I've got a wire going to my head. Yeah, back in 2 minutes. Gonna put some air in this thing. That's not staying anywhere. Okay, much better. Alright. We're back online. It's great apart from motion sickness. Well, yeah, we don't have image stabilization. We're never going to get it. I should have put this thing slightly to the side, really. But yeah. So the fuses were fine of this thing. Maybe we'll just put the webcam on the tiny screen, actually. Because it's impossible for me to aim it, since I can't see where I'm aiming it. We will do that. Yeah, that's good. I think that's going to be better. Stay in place. And yeah, the AM antenna's just fallen off of this thing. It's entirely broken plastic pieces. The cable snapped off. Yeah, this thing is a piece of shit. Speaker terminals are still in working condition though. Is this a good combo? 2500K and Z77 board. If you want an 1155 platform which you can overclock. Okay, that's very broken. FM terminal is very broken. That's not going to get fixed. This thing is such a hunk of shit. But let's see if we've got any popped fuses. If we don't have any popped fuses, we'll just try and fire it up and see if it explodes. And this one will go beep. Fine. And do we have good mains? Just measuring the connection between. Yeah, we got good mains fuse. Nothing's obviously exploded. We don't have any speaker protection. Don't even have a relay. Huh. So let's just plug this thing in. See what happens. Gross 17 watts, 16. We've got a power LED. That's looking fine. We have DC on the output. Do we have DC on the output? Our speaker terminals on. $10 millivolts on one channel, 1.5 millivolts on the other, so that's fine. Okay. So I would wager that this thing is in reasonable working order, as it stands right now. Let's give it a test signal and see if we can actually get some sound out of it. Just to give it some test speakers. Where's my... Oh god, this is probably... This might ruin everything, because I think this software is set for ACO. And it's going to want to eat my mic. Oh no. Okay. Let's... Yeah. That is set for ACO, so let's very quickly put that back to MME, and let's just use some sound card, which is not my microphone sound card. Where's Realtek? That's creative. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, let's do. We'll use the creative sound card. I've got 3 sound cards in this thing. Sound card MME output. Give me creative X5. There we go. Alright, yeah, now we just need a signal cable. Back in a sec, gonna fetch a cable. Hang on, maybe I can even... Let's see if a wire reaches. Wire does not reach. There we go. Oh god. This is awful. Okay. Heatsink's not catching fire. CD. Let's just hook up some speakers to this thing. Good thing this thing does not have a speaker relay. Those things are annoying when they get old and fail. That's the wrong cable. No way. One channel is super duper noisy. Our controls are full of shit. There we go, let's give this some pink noise. Play. And we need our CD, not no tape monitor. We're not getting any signal out of that. Will we get tuner FM? No. This thing is entirely quiet. Why is this entirely quiet? I'm thinking this thing's mostly going to have dirty controls more than anything else, and let's use a less high-tech piece of software for testing this actually. A media player and copyright-free music is much more manageable. That's my public domain stuff, and we will use not ACO on my microphone sound card because that's going to kill the stream, but let's use speakers on Creative XFi. Apply. Okay. Now we should have some signal. But we are not having signal. And I wonder if we're getting any signal at all out of this sound card because I don't trust my Creative. So let's test that we're actually getting signal. And let's use front input. And we're not getting any signal. Why are we not getting any signal? Why is my lovely Creative sound card quiet? Why is my Creative sound card muted? Well, that's better. Okay. Now we are actually getting a sound signal out of my computer, which is a big step forward. A very big step forward. Okay, take two. Let's turn this thing back on. Oh god. This is making awful noises. Oh, there we go. That's sounding okay. That's sounding just fine. Balance knob is working. Treble knob is working. Bass knob is working. Okay. Volume knob is super dicky though. Ugh. That's not making a nice sound. Not a nice sound at all. Man, that's dicky. Volume's at the bottom and it's making awful noises. Let's just fill that up with contact cleaner. Oh, that fixed it. Okay. Oh, let's give those controls a nice big rub. My brother's RA-830 has been in service for 30 years. Great amps. Okay, that's good to know. I'm hoping to make this thing my test amp at work, because my current one doesn't have selectable speaker outputs, which makes it very annoying to swap between testing sources and testing speakers. Let's just fill all of this up with contact cleaner. I'm going to be real disrespectful. This thing is too new for me to consider it a valuable vintage piece, so I'm just going to be crude about it. I need this thing for its utility rather than its style. I do not like the style. These controls are nasty. So nasty. In fact, the entire thing's pretty nasty. I need to clean it up. And it's got a couple of service hatches. We'll probably flip it over on its back end. Have a quick look at the solder joints, unlike the 8-bit stage and other stuff. I'm not surprised that it would work this well, even though it's been sitting on my floor over there for a long time, and yeah, it came out of a dumpster prior to that. These things tend to run forever. Basic 80s amps. But chat's standing still. Has everyone died, or has my internet connection died? No. Seems everyone's just died. Oh well. Death is a part of life. Lightness switch. Let's just fill up every single control with contact cleaner. What's the best way of actually getting into these? I don't know. We'll say that this blue part has a path into the actual controls. The proper way to fix these buttons is to just actually take them apart and, you know, spend a lot of time cleaning them out, because all the grease in them have a tendency to go bad with time and get clogged up everywhere, but I don't care. As long as they work, I don't care. Hmm. 37 people watching. If you're just joining, I'm just dicking around, giving this thing a basic look over, mostly to find out how well this first-person camera is working. It's Thursday afternoon. I've been to work already today. I'm tired. And not in the mood for anything advanced. If this thing would have been broken, I would have just given up right away. The new streaming PC is doing an excellent job though. No more lags in the stream because I run out of processing power. All glory to the 2500K. Alright, that's all the controls. Well, let's give a tuner a test. I think the tuner might be dead because it didn't produce any sound whatsoever. So do we have... We've got... Yeah. That's working fine. What are you using for contact cleaner? PRF-778. It's like oil. It's for like pots and stuff. Jesus. It does dissolve grease quite well, so it makes all the controls very loose and easy to turn, and it kind of washes away stuff pretty well, but it gets gooey and disgusting after a while. Yeah, I was going to do the tuner. FM is not making any noise. Hey, mute off. Still no noise. mono. Nope, tuner seems to be entirely dead. No, I turned the speakers off. Let's try again. I can get like some kind of signal for it, very weakly. Let's turn the test music off. Okay, that was just crosstalk from the test music. But yeah, it's not lighting any signal LEDs or anything. And granted, it doesn't have an antenna. Let's make an antenna out of this British power plug. That's an antenna. Still 100% dead tuner then. AM then. AM is also 100% dead. The bitrate of your hat camera makes the video horrid, but oh well. Yeah, it can't be helped. ADSL. My video bitrate is 800 kilobits per second. 800 whole. Almost 1,000. Yeah, tuner's dead on this thing. I do not give a toss about the tuner, to be brutally honest with you. We've got working line input. That's all I care about. This thing's good. And it sounds fine. Loudness button works. Let's check his speaker output number 2. Because I need both. I don't want either of them to be a broken piece of shit, which will just work after you turn the volume up. B. Ah, it's perfect. 100% perfect. Great. So this thing, let's be a bit fancy and connect it up to the distortion meter for a sec. Yeah, let's just, we do not need shielded cables. We'll just grab that out of there, into there. We'll get rid of our FM antenna, don't need that. And we need a signal source out of the distortion meter, for which I have a special cable. Wire ends to 2 RCA plugs. It's absolutely impossible to see what I'm doing on the camera. There we go, signal. Let's get signal into our video input. Video. Good. And we will connect. Yeah, we should probably connect a load, dummy load, over there. How should I actually probe that? How do I usually do this? Oh yeah, I usually do my. Oh yeah, we can. Okay, let's do this properly and just use my proper distortion meter connection jig. you can. There we go. And this thing is, it makes 4 needles into 2 wires going through a switch. A very simple box. And this allows me to connect these wires to the dummy load. There we go. 8 ohms. And these wires to a distortion meter. There we go. Now we've got output from a distortion meter going to an input on the amplifier. And if we connect these needles, which are very sharp and dangerous, if we connect these to the secondary speaker output, making sure we get the left and right channels correctly. There we go. We're now able to feed signal to the dummy load through the fat wires and feed signal to the distortion meter through this switch box which swaps between the left and right channels. And we also have a bunch of needles sticking out and being incredibly easy to short together, but I don't really care. I do not care. We also have no case on the amplifier, so it's going to pick up some hum. Let's disconnect our computer because that's going to make a ground loop and make everything horrid. And we should now be able to measure this amplifier. So volume minimum, power on, signal 100 Hz times 10.0, oscillator level, let's do 1 volt. Let's see if we can get any signal through. And we set it to video, and we've got a 30 kHz low pass filter, and we want to put the webcam in full screen because that means you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so we've got a signal kind of coming through there. This is going to look so bad, so bad. Okay, so let's just start by measuring the noise floor. So we will turn the oscillator off and we'll go to input level and we will measure very low. Wow! Oh, this thing has a very low noise floor. We're measuring a noise floor of minus 74 decibels, which is yeah, that decibel volts, which is not actually super good. But oh, hang on, let's be fancy here. Let us be so freaking fancy, because we can totally do this. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now you've got an excellent view of a meter, which you don't really understand properly. But I'll explain it. So this is the noise floor. We've got minus 60 decibels there, minus 62, 4, 6, 8, 10, minus 70 and minus 75 there, and minus 74 decibel volts. That's not even with a properly shorted input, so if we do high pass filtering, yeah, most of that is mains hum. Now we're at minus 80 decibel volts, which is quite good. That's not bad at all. This is... now I actually want to... put some proper shorting plugs on this and see what we get if we actually short the signal out, which will get rid of some mains hum and some leakage through the distortion meter, because you always get a small amount of signal coming through the test signal out, but even if you turn the signal gen off. So we'll just switch to the shorting plugs there, and it makes absolutely no difference. Okay. Chat. Okay, I'm not going to be keeping up with chat properly, because you can see how easy it is for me to read this laptop right now. Got a question about oscilloscopes, about measuring stuff without blowing it up. Is it safe to measure behind the transformer, or let's say a power amp, without using a isolation transformer? As long as your power amplifier has one of these inside, yeah, you're not going to get 230 volts shocked, but I don't know what oscilloscope is, if that's a product or something. If it, just stay within the limits of your scope and you're going to be fine. You're not going to get mains shocked out of anything which is coming out of a normal stereo amplifier, don't worry. That's a thing which does not happen. How's the other channel? The other channel's way noisier. Way noisier. And it's mostly hum. And it's not going away if I mess around with stuff. So one channel's much noisier than the other. Oh well. It doesn't really matter. Let's do a performance check. So we've got the load on set to 8 ohms, both speakers connected. And let's start at 1 watt, so 3 volts full scale on the scale. We will turn up the volume, and we will turn on the signal gen again. So we'll do 1 volt signal, and we've got 1 volt signal there. And we will go back to input level, so now we'll just turn it up. It'll get to 2.8 volts ish. That's 2.8 volts. On one channel, distortion is less than 0.1%. We've got this is 0.1% full scale, so we've got 0.033% distortion on that channel. And this one's got way less. Now we're at 0.03% full scale, so now we've got 0.015% distortion of that channel. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Oscilloscope equals oscilloscope. Okay. I guess that's a pronunciation joke which is lost on me as a non-native speaker. I thought it was just you were talking about a product which was called a oscilloscope, which sounds like some cheap Chinese cheapy oscilloscope. Anyway, let's see how loud this thing will go without blowing up. I have no idea what the spec on this thing is, so let's go to input level. Let's zoom out a bit actually. Let's do 10 volts full scale, and let's do 30 volts full scale, and we'll just keep turning it up until it starts clipping. So we're turning it up. And why is nothing happening? Why are we getting just a tiny bit of signal? What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. I am doing something wrong. What am I doing wrong? I have a wrong input selected. That was... We were trying to measure the signal level of the muting plugs. And while I was at 10 volts and turned up, that's better. Alright, distortion, let's say that we want to be less than 0.1%. So when we get the meter, that will stop turning it up and see what our signal level is. Right. 30 volts full scale. And that's clipping. Input level is 15 volts. Do we have good channel matching? We have half a decibel channel matching. So we had 15 volts, and I have misplaced my cheat sheet, so we got to use the ones I have taped onto here. 15 volts into 8 ohms is 11 watts. That's not very impressive. Oh no, hang on there. I'm looking at it the wrong way. Yeah, never mind that. 15 volts into 8 ohms is 28 watts. That's better. 28 watts. So let's see what we get out of the other channel. Same test. Let's turn up to roughly the same level there until it starts clipping. There we go. That's clipping-ish. Input level is 15 volts. So this is a 30 watt per channel amplifier in decent working order. So it's probably spec'd for like 2 times 25 watts. So let's see what kind of distortion we get at 25 watts. And 25 watts would be 14 volts. So let's turn this channel up to 14 volts. That is 14. We're using 1, 2, 3, 4 there, and that gives us a distortion figure of 0.07% on that channel and 0.044% on the other channel. So both channels are in decent working order. Excellent. This thing's working fine. How good. How nice. Do we want to check anything else? No. Let's check the low end response just in case there's some dried up caps in it. So we'll set the let's set a half power-ish test level. Will do like 5 volts, so we're at 10 volts full scale, and that would be 5 volts because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we will set that as our minus 2 dB point. So let's go down in frequency. That's 100 hertz, and it's flat. And let's do down to 20 hertz. Now we're down like 0.4 dB, 10 hertz, down 1.4 dB. So that's fine. The other channel, we need to reset our signal levels. So input level at 1K, adjusting. There we go, 5 volts, relative level at -2. Let's go down to 10 dB right away. And this channel is down 0. Yeah, it's down 1 decibel, 0.8. 0.8. So yeah, it's good enough. No dried up caps in the signal path. Not any which are dried up enough to cause issues anyway. Good. Power transistors aren't catching fire. I think we'll just turn this off now. It's good enough. That's good enough for a test for me. We don't need that anymore. Disconnect everything. And we'll take the bottom off this amplifier, and we will give the solder joints a very, very quick check over. And once we're done with that, I'm just gonna go to bed. That's a good angle. That's beautiful. That's good enough. Disconnect you, disconnect you. I wish they'd use something other than banana plugs on the front of the distortion analyzer. They're a bit cumbersome and not very suitable for low distortion signals at all. I will need to get some B and C to banana plug adapters so I can just do B and Cs for everything. You go away. Go away. Go away. And you go away too, speaker wires. So the reason they tossed this thing out in the first place was probably dead tuner. Dead tuner and worn out, ugly old unit. Let's just wipe it down. It's all plastic, by the way. Everything's plastic. Sub to FF Coseg now. Yes, you should. Because you get such exciting content as this. Man uses fluid to wipe down amplifier. Power off. I think so I can mangle the power button properly. Wipe it down real good. I'm not going to take it apart yet. I'll rip the knobs off, but that's as far as I'll go. Because these knobs get nasty. So nasty. People touch them, and then they leave disgusting human imprints on them. It's full of dust and crap. Yuck. This is just ammonia-based window cleaner, by the way. Generic stuff. Ammonia-based window cleaner really is the best stuff I've ever used for cleaning up like old amps. Only limitation is you can't use it on aluminium faceplates or aluminium trim because it ruins it. It absolutely wreaks havoc on the anodization and destroys your faceplate forever. But anything plastic, anything non-aluminium is lovely. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I love rubbing my knobs. My tiny little knobs. Clean knobs. And we will conserve nature and use this paper until there's no more paper to be used. Until it's been reduced to mush. Not that the tuner works, but there's no need for the tuning button to be nasty for that. It's so awkward doing work. I've got ABS on that monitor there, and like I have to hold my arms up real high for it to actually get on camera, else it's obscured by the cap, which is a bit annoying. And I have to keep looking way down into the floor. I should use a beanie for this the next time. That's the lesson I will learn from this stream. Use a beanie for camcap. We are losing you. Losing signal. Losing signal in what way? I am getting a yellow stream, but that's part of the course due to my shit internet connection. So, yeah, some hiccups are to be expected. I'm trying to save up for a better 4G router, which would enable me to stream at like 10 megabits instead of 1. But those things are insanely expensive if you want a proper one. They're like well over €100, almost 200. But if I can get one of those, then I'll be able to up the quality of this stuff so much. Because my current 4G setup is... I can't have that. I can't get 4G down in the basement. Because since I'm using a horrible Huawei USB stick for my 4G, I cannot turn off the internal what's it called? DHCP server. So if I try to bridge my 4G with my normal LAN, I'll have my 4G modem responding to all the DHCP requests and giving the wrong IP addresses to everything. Which makes a lot of shit which really shouldn't be on 4G use 4G. And it makes it so that nothing can access my file server. And I use my file server a bloody lot. And 4G boxes which actually allow you to turn off the DHCP server are just so expensive. It's stupid. Absolutely stupid. 99% of the products are just granny tier things which barely allow you to turn the wireless on or off. So that's on the purchase list. Which means that you should go to my Patreon and give me money so that I can actually afford a proper streaming internet connection. Give me money, please. Give me money. I need money, and e-begging is the new thing to do. This is starting to become acceptable. Let's just get in between these buttons still. That's clean enough for me. Still. Yeah, it's not going to show up, but that paper's pretty dirty. You could set up an Amazon wish list and post it. I suppose, but Amazon hates shipping shit here. Since I live out in nowhere. If I were American, I'd do that. But I'm thinking doing that would probably, one, lend me a horrible surprise when I suddenly have like an expensive product sent to me and I have to get it through customs without knowing what it is, which means I can't pay proper duties on it. And number two, like, no one's going to do it because Amazon hates shipping shit here. That's an odd speck of dirt. Alright, how's this look? Yeah. Oh god. Let's see if we can get this on microscope. These solder joints are awful. These solder joints are done. It's amazing that it's even working at all. Wow. I need to turn on my soldering iron. Because we are going to be doing some soldering. we are going to be doing some soldering. Where do you live? The Åland Islands in Finland, which is a super special EU territory, which shipping couriers hate. Alright, let's see if we can get the microscope going. That's reasonably middle. Zoom, telemacro. Focus. Bam. Awesome. There we go. Get all the shit off the screen. There we go. Right, so let's find the perpetrators. So someone's been working on this thing. You can see that's been reworked. A whole bunch of shit in the tune has been reworked. No surprises there. But let's see if we can find the worst. Oh god, no, I'm losing everything here. Where's my mouse cursor? This is going well. Let's see if we can. That's the better one. That's the worst power transistor. Let's see if this is gonna show up. No, we can't get a good enough angle on that to actually have it properly show up. We can kind of see the size. Let's really crop into that. So we've got a big crack in that solder joint, and you can kind of, where are we? Kind of see that. That's just, I can even feel it. Big crack in that. It's more visible on the other side, but I can't get a good enough angle on that. Ugh. We are so redoing those joints. We are so redoing those joints. Where's my water? There's my water. I'm not actually working under the microscope of where I am using my eyes. If I can find my solder. That's my solder. Oh, that's better. It still looks horrible. Jeez. There we go. Well, that's better. That's so much better. That one's been reworked, but yeah. That joint there is cracked too. So we'll fix that. I have no idea what the bloody cam is showing. That's original joint. Oh, that one hasn't had quite enough solder from factory even. Come on. There we go. That's not supposed to happen. Solder braid. Where's my solder braid? I cannot. That's my solder braid. I could use the desoldering pump for this, but it's not warmed up. In fact, I want to heat it up probably. Just because I'm probably going to screw something up again. shut up. Ugh. Have to put some extra flux on that, else it's never gonna work. This camera clip is making me look way taller than I am, by the way. Like, the camera is mounted about 10 centimeters above my eyes. So you guys are seeing stuff from the tall person perspective. There we go. I'll fill that a little gap up. There we go. Better than you. We already did that one. You. That looks a bit nasty as well. Where are we? Where are we? There we are. Use a manual solder socket. No, I'm too lazy. I am too lazy. That's good enough. We got a new microscope at work a couple of days ago, and I'm getting so spoiled by it. Using my microscope is just pain in comparison. Oh, that was the last of the power transistors, actually. Okay. Oh, well, that's no good. What else do I have? Any more horrible looking joints? I've been a bit cheap on the solder for the most part in this thing. Oh yeah, oh god, oh wow, oh god, that is so bad. That is so bad. Jesus. How is this thing even working at all? Taiwan. Not surprising, better than China. Let's see where we are. We want to go down a bit, and down, and it's you. How is that even? Is that attached at all? That's disgusting. Just look at those cracks. I mean, come on, jeez. Yeah, that's, you can see that moving. Let's get a super close up on that moving. Let's get a super close up on that. Just look at that. That is just... that's fallen off. Huh. That has fallen off. Seems to be some power resistor or something since the PCB is all dark around there. Has the desoldering pump heated up? Yeah, it has. So we'll just clean this up properly. Where's that joint? That's the wrong joint. Okay. There's the joint. Super mega close-up soldering. That's better. Wow. Whatever's in this general area of the board is just entirely fucked. Just look at that. Huge cracks and all. What is that? What is that? Those are power resistors. Huh. So if I'd started using this as it was, the power amplifier would have exploded. It would have just exploded. And there's another crack. Oh God, there are so many cracks. Just look at that. Look at that. That's coming off. That is coming off entirely. Wow. I can't believe this thing is working in the slightest. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, I want to suck the solder off of that. It oxidizes so badly when it gets to crack that bad, and it just doesn't reflow properly. Cleany. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, come on, get soldered. Oh, the trace has come off. Oh well. It's still attached. There we go. Wow, even these giant solder joints up here are going bad. Wow. This is awful. How can this thing be working? This thing has no right to work. We should have exploded in my face. Probably want to redo these as well, just because. And I'm going to swap to a bigger tip because this is just way too small. It's an old unit, don't be surprised. I'm not surprised that it's broken. I'm surprised that it worked, despite being this broken. That's what surprises me. Alright. Proper tip. Proper tip. Now we can watch the solder melt as it heats up. There we go. That works better. That works better. I'm not too concerned about how these will look as long as there's good adhesion. That one's turning out shit. Though. Oh, the leg was bent. No wonder. No wonder it looked like shit. There we go. That's good enough. What other failures do we have? Weird that it would be limited to that area. It's looking pretty healthy otherwise. Looking pretty healthy. Oh, those joints were just super trashed. Where are we? There we are. I don't like the look of you. You haven't failed yet, but you are going to. But now you're no longer going to fail. Jeez, get soldered. Better? Yeah, there's been some obvious reworking on here. Very obvious rework. Oh god, what? What? What is that? Is that flux or is it glue? Looks more like glue. Probably the conductive shit, since it's brown. Yeah. Go away. Go away. You're conductive. You are conductive. Go away. Ugh. You are conductive and usually corrosive. Solder. Solder. Oh god, this smells horrible. It smells like really burnt meat. That's what it smells like. Do you scan with a microphone like a Rossmann does? Well, it's not as easy since I'm using a much crappier microscope, which makes it takes a lot longer, so I'm mostly just using my eyes. Also, these solder joints are giant, so I'm mostly just using a microscope for you guys' sake, so that you can see what the hell I'm doing. If I were working on a laptop, I'd be using a microscope a lot more, but I'm not. I'm working on a 30-year-old stereo. Oh, you look like shit. Where are we? There we are. You know, I want you. I choose you. There we go. Well, let's fix your neighbours as well, just in case. Blobbity blobbity blob. There we go, much better. Oh god, we have some shit. We have some shit underneath that metal, I think. Which means you guys aren't gonna see anything I'm doing. Nope. Yeah, requires some rework under there. Some rework. Now I want to be back with a smaller tip, but I can't be bothered swapping. How bad is it? Do we really? Can we really be bothered going in underneath there? Yeah, there's a couple which really need attention. They really need attention. But I think I get them with a big tip. Come on. It's fixed. Don't forget to remind people to like FF. That's a fair point. Thank you, ZX. Everybody like the video. Like the video, because I have to shill for likes. Because else nobody watches my crap and I make no money and I become even poorer and sadder. People in Finland are stereotypically very depressed. And you wouldn't want me to be depressed because I don't have any money, do you? Yeah, more broken joints. These are making me depressed too. But if you like the video and donate to my Patreon and all that good shit, then I can afford salt and do this. Oh yes, that's better. That's so much better. And you too. That's so much better. All the issues are focused in this one area. It's weird. It is a bit weird. Must have been an issue with the wave soldering process in just this area of the board, really. Or there's just been excessive thermal stress there. Focus. Because so many of these joints just look fine even though they're for similar components. That guy looks fine, but it's for a giant component, so we'll fix it. Big solder joints are usually less reliable, in my experience. More conductive shit there. Yuck. I can't be bothered taking it off. I'll just redo this guy. And we will use my tweezers when I find them to just scratch this off. There we go. Resistive link broken. I like how they basically just create a resistor, just kind of connecting random spots on the board. Because this shit is conductive. Away you go. Got some giant solder joint around here as well, which I kind of want to redo. Because these guys don't look... Where the hell am I? Am I there? Where am I? Hello. I am... Oh, I'm there. Okay. These are not the joints I'm looking for. However, we do have these guys, which are giant, which look bad. They look as if they're prone to crack. And we don't want our solder joints to be prone to crack. That's not constructive. I really don't like how they've just not soldered the entire pad, but it's horrible to actually give a soldered take on the unsoldered area. Because it's just so old and oxidized. Yuck. Let's go that way and focus. That's already reworked. I want to do these guys. This guy's got, you can see here, it is prone to cracking. Unless that's just a reflection. I don't care, we're redoing it anyway because it's a big joint they break. That's how it works. There we go. too. You guys too. You too. Better. Do I have anything more absolutely horrid looking around here? I don't like the look of you. Yeah. Okay, it's I'm sorry it's not show too much on the microscope, but it's just way quicker to skate with my eyes when we're dealing with a solder joint this big. Using the microscope is just making everything so much slower. But I think we're pretty much done. I think we are pretty much done. Let's just redo. Hello. Oh no. That's just reflections on those and dirt. Let's just redo these guys because I don't like the way they look. Oh, I'm looking at the guys I'm not soldering. Okay. Making some stir fry. Oh yeah. Soldered. Random spots, jumping around, soldering shit. Yeah, that's as much as I can be bothered doing. Mostly I want the power amplifier to be in good nick. We've got one more big giant joint there. Where are you? Where are you? There's our big giant joint. And we need to heat up our big giant joint and get some smoke out of our big giant joint. There we go. That's incredibly out of focus and a bit ugly, but it's better. Okay. Okay. Now we're gonna zoom out because we're done microscoping. Drip. We are done. I'm just gonna close this up because this is gonna work fine and not explode, and maybe the tuner even works because I think one of the things we resolved was a voltage regulator. I think one of the things we resolved was a voltage reg. Oh Jesus, it's 10 o'clock already. I need to be going to bed. I won't even have time to play my Dragon Dating Simulator if I don't go to bed soon. Oh, that would be a shame. Will you be fixing the tuner? If it works now, I will be fixing the tuner. If it doesn't work now, I will not be fixing the tuner. Alright. Let's give this thing a whirl. Speaker plugs into magical box. Magical box which has the grounds connected together, so I need to be sure to give the right polarity, else this thing will explode. And the speaker plugs going in there in the right polarity in order to ensure that this thing does not explode. Power is already connected, so we want to have some signal into the, let's do tape this time. Then we'll have tested most of the inputs. Oh yeah, probably want to put the knobs back on, else I can't adjust the volume. Oh, that would be a shame as well. I love having clean knobs. There we go. Fire in the hole. Pop. It's drawing 16 watts still. And are we going to get any signal out of this? Let's change the song because it's playing copyrighted shit. Danse macabre. Danse macabre. Alright. Tape monitor. We're getting signal. Both channels, nothing broken. I like the loudness function of this thing. It puts a lot of real low end in there. Very nice. Cute little amp. What are those filter caps? 2 times 4700 micro? Yes, 4700 micro, 35 volts. How are you doing? I'm just doing just fine. Am I late? But depends on your definition of late. You are 1 hour and 28 minutes late. Rightio, so will the tuner work? Let's get some less of an antenna back on there. What do they have which is antenna shaped? Where's my British power plug gone? I don't know. Here's a wire. And there's an antenna holder. Come on. Stay there. Alright, place your bets. Tuner. And it's still entirely dead. FM tuner's dead. AM tuner's dead. All the tuning's dead. Alright, let's just check the phono preamp as well. And I will do that by turning the volume of the computer way down, like 4%. And connect to the phono input. And if that makes sound, then we are good to go. And this thing is in as good a condition as I need it to be. That's fine. That's fine. Alright. Alright. I wonder if the noise floor are much different now when you fix the cracked solder joints. I don't know. I don't care. I'll give it a ear test for you. No. It's... Nah. It sounds a bit mainsy. A bit 50 hertzy. I think it might even be worse. Oh no, that was a computer. No, one channel is audibly noisier than the other. But I do not care in the slightest. This thing works, it's done. We can let it play while I clean the case up. Let's do the... Yeah, tape monitor, whatever. Tape. Oh yeah, good idea to turn the volume up. There we go. This is probably going to sound great through my compressor. Yeah, I'm not going to bother you guys with that. Let's clean this. Let's put the big knob back on. There we go. Big knob in place. Amp off. Power off. Clean this. And we're done. And I could take this thing to work and actually have 2 speaker outputs. So I don't have to go behind my speakers and disconnect the wire every time I want to test something. Yuck. There we go. That's clean. I bet it has a dead 100 ohm supply resistor to the tuner. I bet I do not care. I bet I do not care in the slightest. I'm not feeling like trying to dig into any part of this at all tonight. Not at all. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, 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 nope. I want to go upstairs and play my dragon dating sim till I fall asleep. That's what I want to do. I want to bring this thing in to work tomorrow, install it, and enjoy its benefits, while having gotten a healthy 4 to 6 hours of sleep. Yes, indeed, that is what I'm going to do. I think we want to give this thing one last test though. And that's the bang on it while it's running test. Just in case there's any more bad solder joints which are going to cause explosions in the future. Again, I want to put this back in place. This absolutely useless AM antenna. This is where we test the reach of my wire. And nope, that's not going to work. this is so restrictive. Seriously. One zip tie. You go on there, I do not care. Just go on there, and you go like so, and I do this. Oh god, let's go right over the input. How annoying. Can we move this? No, we cannot. We cannot move this. You go right there, like so. And that is an excellent repair. You can even adjust it so that you can get more AM signal from dead stations into your dead tuner. How fitting. I should just cut it off really, but who knows, maybe some mad person wants to restore this 50 years in the future. I'll just leave it there. Final test. Signal going into video. There we go. Video in. Speakers 8. Let's do the B speakers this time in case there's a bad connection on those. And power goes on, and we have power there, and video. And I probably pause for music. And I probably didn't turn off the speakers. It works. Yep. That's a test I actually usually do to most stuff I fix. It's a very, very, very useful test. So many old receivers and TVs and stuff just die when you go like so. It hurts you more than it hurts the machine. Yeah. It works. It works fine. It will do as a test stereo. And with that, I say thank you for watching. This will be an interesting test of the first-person view cap, which mostly just consists of cap. And good night. Thank you for watching.